Thanks for tuning in to Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Poonam Kumar. On today's show, we'll take a look back at what's been happening in the city for the last few weeks. Following, we'll speak to Robin Hutcheson about our new resident transit pass. To conclude, we'll take a look at the calendar and announcements of upcoming events and meetings in the city. And of course, we'll have our History Minute. The beginning of the year was busy for Salt Lake City. First, 3 new council members were inducted to the Salt Lake City Council. The longest-serving member of the council's history, Carlton Christensen, was succeeded by James Rogers, representing District 1. District 5 saw passover in representation from Jill Remington Love to new councilwoman Erin Mendenhall. District 7 switched hands from Soren Simonson to Lisa Ramsey Adams. Mayor Becker also delivered his State of the City address, taking a strong stand on the issue of the poor air quality that plagues our city.
And much of the change we need can only come from the authority currently held at the state level. Addressing our air quality challenges will take this entire village, and I'm hoping all of you are ready to help.
For his work in the city and on air quality issues, it's no wonder the Obama administration appointed Mayor Becker to a climate change task force. In fact, the mayor has received plenty of attention from the president lately.
And every day, mayors are proving that you don't have to wait for the gridlock to clear in Congress in order to make things happen. Mayor Greg Stanton in Phoenix and Mayor Ralph Becker in Salt Lake City have ended chronic homelessness among veterans. So mayors from both parties are part of the climate task force, helping to make sure that cities have what it takes to withstand changes that may be taking place in our atmosphere in the years to come. More than 1,000 mayors across America have signed agreements to cut dangerous carbon pollutions.
Air quality is a major issue in Salt Lake City. The inversion layer can make it difficult to breathe, and it's something that affects all of us. To talk to us about the new resident transit pass, a new tool to help deal with transportation and air quality issues, we have Salt Lake City Transportation Director Robin Hutcheson here to tell us more. Robin, welcome. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
It's my pleasure.
So Robin, tell us a little bit about the HIVE Pass.
HIVE Pass is an annual resident transit pass available to all of our residents of Salt Lake City, and it's good on almost all transit in the valley.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you can tell us a little bit about how residents will benefit from this pass.
Well, typically our residents make shorter trips, 3 miles and under, and this pass is a way for our residents to really access transit much more efficiently with a pass in your pocket at all times.
That's fantastic. And so not only does this save money for residents, but helps the environment. That's fantastic.
Absolutely. Every person that we get to take a different kind of trip outside of their vehicle is great for our air quality.
That's fantastic. So can you tell us how much is it to get a pass?
We're promoting the pass. We've got a rate of $360 a year for the pass, and that's payable all at once. We'll offer a $10 discount if a resident would like to pay all at once, or we're also offering an opportunity to pay it in $30 a month installments for the year.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. Now, where does one go about getting a pass like this?
We have 3 locations where during normal business hours residents can go, and that includes the City and County Building, the Sorensen Unity Center, and the Public Utilities Building.
Okay.
In addition to that, for the next 8 weeks, starting March 1st, we'll be in libraries around the city and evenings and weekends. So visit ridewithhive.com to find a location.
Now, in terms of do people have to pay just with credit card, or is cash accepted?
That's a great question. Cash is accepted only at the City and County Building and at Public Utilities.
Okay.
And we're encouraging people who want to use cash but also buy at one of our mobile locations to go get a prepaid card, and that's the best way for us to accept cash. Other than that, cards are best.
Okay, wonderful. Now, do you have to be a Salt Lake City resident to get a transit pass?
You do, yes. You must be a Salt Lake City resident,
so
and
we'll
be checking.
What if you work in Salt Lake City?
If you work in Salt Lake City, this program will not be for you.
Okay.
But if you live in Salt Lake City and you can show us that you do, this is a great program.
Okay. Now, this is a pilot program, right?
Yes.
So for how long will this program be running?
So we have agreed to sell the passes for 6 months.
Okay.
So from March through August, we'll be selling the passes. In August, we'll do some evaluation. How many passes did we sell?
Okay.
How were they used? Where did people ride? Did we increase the ridership? Did we meet all of our goals? We hope that if we can answer yes to all those questions, that we'll be able to continue. We'll be working very closely with the Utah Transit Authority to look at some of those metrics and hopefully get to success.
And how does one go about proving their residency?
Aha, well, that's very important. You must show up in person to buy a pass because we'll need to look at your residency and scan it into our system, and you can do that with a picture ID that includes something very formal, either a driver's license or a state-issued ID. And in addition to that, we'll need a rental agreement or a public utility bill, and in addition to that, 2 pieces of formal mail.
Okay. So, Robin, is there anything else you would like to let viewers know about this new HIVE Pass?
The best place to get information about the HIVE Pass is at ridewithhive.com.
Awesome. Well, this sounds like a wonderful benefit for Salt Lake City. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
My pleasure.
One thing we hope will help the quality of air in our city is a new PSA produced by the Mayor's Communications team and Salt Lake City TV.
K. Masters, attorney at law. Don't worry, I'm here to help. Do you suffer from coughing fits, chest congestion, runny nose, headache, or death? Then you might be the victim of poor air quality and the inversion layer that plagues Salt Lake City. But you have rights. You're entitled to clean air, and I'm here to help you fight for it. For more information, simply visit the website at the bottom of your screen. And remember, keep it idle-free. That's IDLEFREE.
To find out how you can do your part to help with our air quality issues, be sure to visit slcgreen.com. Time now to review upcoming events and meetings in the city. Making your voice heard is an important component of local government, and all of these meetings are open to the public. If you have any questions about things going on in the city or about any meetings, you can visit slcgov.com for more information, or feel free to call the mayor's office at 801-535-7704. If coming to a meeting or making a phone call isn't your preference, you can always send in an email to the mayor's office or to your council representative at the email addresses listed on the screen. You can also find the city on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And now it's time for our History Minute.
Arsenal Hill was the site of the black powder reserves for the residents of Salt Lake City, and at 4:48 p.m., the entire hill exploded. Close to 500 tons of debris found itself sailing through the air, and windows shattered as far away as 2 miles from the explosion, which claimed the lives of 4 people. Some thought the federal government had declared war from Fort Douglas. Others thought it might have been the end of times. But when the dust settled, they discovered the cause of the explosions. 2 of the boys killed in the blast were shooting at birds in the area, and their gunfire ignited the arsenal. It was a tragedy spoken of for many years, but has since been largely forgotten. Today, we call Arsenal Hill Capitol Hill, as it's the site of the Utah Capitol.
That's it for this edition of Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. Be sure to tune in next time to keep up to date on what's happening in the city. For Salt Lake City TV, I'm Poonam Kumar.